Hello, my name is Charles. I want to welcome you to the God Principles Living in the Philippines. This is going to be do large age gap relationships work in the Philippines? That's been a topic to a lot of people. To do these relationships really work? I don't like giving you my opinion of what I'm seeing. I like to take you and get it to the horse's mouth. I'm going to share with you an interview that I did, and just a minute. We're going to get it started. Pay attention here to what he's going to say. Here we go. I'm going to apologize right now. It was loud outside, but I think you'll get the idea.
Large age gap relationships with Filipino women. Okay? Tell them what you just told me.
Okay, I'm 76. My wife just turned, she was born in 74, so that makes her 47 right now, I guess, 47, 48, at 47. And just over 7 years ago, we had a baby girl born here in a birthing home, uh, not in a hospital. And she just had a birthday party here in the clubhouse that cost me 2 arms and 2 legs, but that's beside the point. Uh, but beautiful little girl and cantankerous as hell. Here, I have come across men, even Americans, that are older than me and have wives in their 20s
Yep.
and have children.
Yep.
Uh, yeah, I mean, I didn't plan this. No way did I plan this. Because I said, I've got 3 grown kids in the States. I said, I don't need any more. I love babies. But my body says, you know, you can't get down on the floor and crawl around with the baby on your back like playing horses. Uh, but she came along. So,
The rest of your story that was interesting.
I want you to notice now that he's 77 years old, and there are men here having children with these younger Filipinos, and that's why I love these kind of stories because it shows you never know what God has planned in your life. It's like God will restore what was lost in your life. And I'm seeing that play out in real time here in the Philippines. Let's keep watching.
And I thought it's really beneficial is how you are accumulating properties, financial management, that kind of stuff.
okay.
That's another question.
Well, okay. My income is pensions from the States. And I send money over here. And I did have a unit here. Now, a foreigner cannot own property. So,
Listen real carefully to what he's saying. These are the income opportunities that exist over here, especially if you marry a Filipino woman. What this man did, you'd be surprised what's going on, who's paying for these properties.
I took it out as a lease. After I got married, uh, I contacted the developer who I bought it from. And I said, I want to put it in my wife's name. So they put it in her name. And then since then, we bought 2 more homes. The one we're using for renting, and the first home we're renting out. We live in another house here, and then just a month, not even a month ago, we just bought another house here. But everything goes into my wife's name. I don't care. In 20 years, I'm going to be long gone. Or 25 years, whenever the man upstairs says, come on, I'll be long gone. So this is security for my wife and daughter. That's all, plain and simple. Uh, it's a little bit tricky getting funding here. Banks will not lend you money if you're 64 or over 64. And if you go to buy something at the age of 60, you've got to buy a house with, let's say, a wife, Filipino wife. You have to have it paid off before you turn, when you turn 64.
So how are you buying property?
Well, the first house I did through the developer,
Okay.
so not a bank. Second house we paid cash for from a Filipino who is now living in Sweden. So she flew into the Philippines. We did the paperwork. Third house was, uh, which is next to our house that we live in. The Filipino was living in Korea, is living in Korea. So we came up with the money, and her sister did all the paperwork, and we bought the house through the sister.
What I want you to know is that these real estate opportunities are becoming more and more available because they have overdeveloped the metro areas of the Philippines. We're in Cebu, Lapu-Lapu, Cebu, and they talking about they have a 39-month um, inventory of properties, and nobody's here to purchase them. And so now they're starting to feel the economic impact of what's going on globally. This is what I want to share with you. In the description, I've created the program so that you will be able to create that kind of income in several months. As a digital marketer, an IT professional with over 40 years experience, that is what I'm doing. That is what the purpose of this channel is, to reach those who want to create a digital income so that they won't have to be stressing about all of this financial turmoil going on in the world. But let's keep watching.
House number 4, which we just purchased, um, it was owned by an Australian, and he sold it to an investor. We bought it from the investor. But again, well, the investor, because we're not using a bank, we're going to pay him directly. You can't do a bank here to save your life. Now, maybe if you put down 80%, a bank will lend you. I don't know, but I don't want to deal with banks here. I don't even have a bank account here. Bank account, the only bank account we have here is my wife's. It's in her name. Uh, a couple of reasons why. I did have 2 bank accounts here, and the Internal Revenue Service said that foreign banks have to report your bank in your bank statements, or they have to report something. Internal Internal Revenue. I don't make that enough money to worry about for the Internal Revenue to worry about things. So once the first house was paid off, I closed out my bank account here.
Now, why this is important is that they are talking about not taxing senior citizens. We do have the ability to make up to $15,000 a year from the age of 62 to 65 or 66. After that, it goes up to like 45, 50,000. However, the way it is right now, when you start going up into those, they start making deductions from your monthly Social Security. So it's a balancing act. So I'm really looking forward to the digital nomad visa that is coming here, the SRVV retirement visa, which you can get for $10,000 to $20,000, and then, which is my plan, is to purchase a townhouse, which I can still keep and pass it on to my family. But let's keep watching.
So easy peasy. But
You've been here how long?
December 4th will be 10 years.
So you paid off a house in less than 10 years?
I paid that house off in 4 years.
Did y'all hear that? Where our money's come, you think, oh, paying it off is easy. Paying it off is easy because our money has such a high value here. I don't know if he's gonna cover this in this video, but if it don't, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna let it come from him. If it don't, I don't know if it's in this video, but there's something y'all need to know.
How are you doing that?
It was easy. I paid monthly.
Huh?
I wrote them 48 checks, post-dated checks, and they deposited it in their bank every month. The payments were not that great, so it was just over $600 a month.
So $600 a month times 12 is 72. Times 4. $28,000.
Figure about 2.4 million pesos.
$28,000
But again, everything we accumulate in rental property is for my wife and our daughter. All I need is clothes on my back, my computer, and food.
So here's the flip side of this. I was talking to Jennifer. We get with this to the people.
See, now I'm not with Jennifer anymore, but I'm gonna share with you this because we've been going now for 12 minutes. What he may share later on, but I'm not going to go that far, is when he had his daughter. Here's a real slick move. It's like you could do what? He took his daughter to the United States to get her passport and naturalized because she's an American citizen. Because of his age and the fact that he's on Social Security, his child qualifies for Social Security in the same amount that he has. And they take that money, and that's how they're buying all of these properties. He's got 4 townhouses. 3 of them they rent out to USB, Airbnb, or to long-term renters. I think his go for like 20,000 pesos, which is about $300 a month for a 2-bedroom furnished townhouse here in Bayswater. So I just wanted to let you know, click like and click share. If you have any questions or comments about what you want to know, who to get in touch with, just drop me a note in the comments and click like and click share. And I'll see you around on my next video.